It seems like the market believes we are in some DeepSeek right now. Most of the semiconductor companies are currently down quite significantly. If you look here at the screen, we've got Marvell that's down 16.7%, Nvidia down 16.7% as well, Broadcom, TSMC, SMCI, Micron down 10.4%, ARM, Applied Material down 7 to 9%, same with ASML, KLA, AMD down 6%, Lam Research down 5.7%, Intel only down 1.4%, Qualcomm only down 1.3% at the time of making this video. Then we've got, I added here Apple. Apple is up 3% today. Meta is up 2.24%. Things like Adobe and other software names are also up. So I think you're already understanding a little bit what the topic of this video is going to be. It's going to be about the winners and the losers here coming out of that DeepSeek announcement and, well, the destruction of wealth that's going on right now in the stock market. So let's touch on that in this video. If you enjoy this type of videos, hit all the buttons. We really appreciate that. If you want to support me even further, do check out the link down in the description and in the pinned comment with the top 10 best stocks to buy now, or go to fool.com/couchinvestor. Thank you very much. I first want to go back to that DeepSeek announcement and the thing that we discussed in the AMD video, I believe, and talk about, well, the cost and what they're telling us here if they're using Nvidia's H100, in this case H800s. Of course, they cannot tell you that they're using H100s because, well, exports restrictions. But as we've heard from Scale AI CEO, he believes that China has over 50,000 of those GPUs. There was also a quick comment by Elon. Elon and Alexander Wang, CEO of Scale AI, suggest DeepSeek has about 50,000 Nvidia Hopper GPUs, not the 10,000 A100s they claim, due to US export controls. Musk, with experience from XAI, agrees with Wang's assessment. And I mean, it's no surprise Nvidia does sell a lot of its GPUs to companies in Singapore. And then, well, it has been reported by some people that a lot of those companies in Singapore, though products from there, go to China. Now, you might say, oh, but Elon Musk is just jealous and blah, blah, blah. Why would he be jealous? He has nothing to lose here. If it's true, then it just shows that you can train at a much cheaper price and don't really need to spend that much capital, which of course would benefit his companies. So there is that. Going back to that DeepSeek V3 page right here. So I want to touch on AI distillation because it would be assumed that they use models like ChatGPT 4o to train their own smaller, more efficient model like DeepSeek R1. Of course, this also raises some questions about the exports control and the restrictions, right? Why restrict them from buying the GPUs, the hardware, but there are zero restrictions of them using things like ChatGPT? So what's the point, right? Just doesn't make much sense. Either you completely restrict it or you don't. Don't stop halfway. So here we are. Anyways, then it has been reported that they trained using FP8 training. Now, FP8 training offers several significant benefits in AI model development, including substantial cost reduction, as of course, well, evidence from DeepSeek, whether you believe it or not. DeepSeek's R1, 93% lower usage compared to its predecessor. This precision level enhances efficiency in both training and inference stages, allowing models to be run locally on high-end workstations, which reduces dependency on cloud infrastructure. And remember what they said at the bottom here. Note that the aforementioned costs include only the official training of DeepSeek V3, which means this does not include all of the money that you need to get to the point they're at today. And so here it comes at no surprise that companies like Apple, like Meta, like Intel, like Qualcomm, I'm a bit surprised that AMD is down 6.11%, but that's maybe because there is so much focus on that AI revenue, GPU sales and all of that. But looking at Intel and Qualcomm, if you can run those models so efficiently at such a low cost, if you can run those models locally on your phone, on your PC, laptop, then of course winners will be the likes of Intel, Qualcomm, Apple, and AMD as well. We're going to see a huge refresh cycle when it comes to PCs, when it comes to smartphones as well. Now, will it be as powerful as data centers and all of that? No. But who needs it, right? On your PC, on your smartphone, do you really need it? No, not at all. Plus, remember, this is about being open sourced, which means way more applications can get built, because we've been talking about AI applications, AI PC this, AI PC that. It's all a marketing shtick right now. But if you really want people to start using these types of things, what do you need? Well, you need to build. If you build, people will come, which means if you build products, applications, you name it, people will come and people will have the incentive to upgrade. Right now, the incentive is, oh, AI, ooh, fancy schmancy. Okay, does it change anything? Does my next iPhone, my next Pixel, is it better? Maybe a better camera or stuff like that. But if there are useful things that will, well, make my life better, easier, save me time and all of that, okay, then you will be inclined to upgrade. And that's why we're seeing certain stocks getting hit way harder than the others. That's also why we're seeing software names being up today. Adobe, for example. If Adobe can start training and, well, showing you results, applications and all of that at a fraction of the cost that was previously expected, well, Adobe is going to become more and more profitable, or will have to invest and lose less money than previously expected, which is a huge benefit for a software player like Adobe. So that's why we're seeing the reaction currently. I'm not saying we're not going to need all of the other players either, right? I don't think Nvidia is going anywhere. I think we're still going to need that. But this still does show you that, well, if you can, and you probably will be reducing the cost a lot, usability will go up because, well, more people will start using it. You can create more stuff. You don't need billions of dollars, hundreds of millions of dollars. This just opens the door to way more applications, and they are certainly, well, right now the market we know is always forward looking. They don't like uncertainty and all of that, which is why we're seeing such a big reaction today. But I think a lot of things will be mentioned in the next earnings calls for the giants. Tesla, Meta, all the big tech companies will definitely touch on that. We have also Intel on Thursday. We have Apple on Thursday as well. They will probably have something to say. We also have Satya Nadella here tweeting out, Jevons Paradox strikes again. As AI gets more efficient and accessible, we will see its use skyrocket, turning it into a commodity we just can't get enough of. Well, I don't know what's going to happen with OpenAI, because again, remember the battle here is closed versus open. Now, if you, like myself, had no idea what this paradox is, well, here it is. In economics, the Jevons Paradox occurs when technological progress increases the efficiency with which a resource is used, reducing the amount necessary for any one use, but the falling cost of use induces increases in demand enough that resource use is increased rather than reduced. Governments, both historical and modern, typically expect that energy efficiency gains will lower energy consumption rather than expecting the Jevons Paradox. We learn something new each and every day on here, but it's very interesting to see this coming from Satya Nadella after he said he's good for his $80 billion, after, well, they basically own OpenAI, they control what's going on there. So yeah, that's going to be very interesting to see, especially since OpenAI is not open, it's closed, versus the likes of Meta, open source, right? Llama is open source, now DeepSeek open source as well. And it's very important to note that if you can run models locally on your device, it's very important. It's local. It stays on your device. So privacy-wise, that's also much, much better. So all in all, there are certainly winners and losers here. Whether or not the effects will be seen just like that as soon as possible, I don't know. Right now, I found it very, very strange that not a lot of those tech leaders talk about it or come out with some statements online. Maybe they can't say anything because, well, earnings season. But yeah, it's going to be quite interesting to see and hear what they have to say, or maybe if they come out with some new products, who knows? But yeah, I think players from a consumer's perspective, the ones with platforms like Meta, like Google, the one with the distribution, Apple, And the one with consumer chips, I still think that CPUs will be making quite a big comeback, and maybe Intel is doing the right thing. We will see, but I do think that this changes things a tiny bit. On the cost side, I don't know how focused we should be on that $6 million, but it's about the results, it's about the performance, and I think we're going to see quite a lot of things evolve in the next coming weeks and months. So all in all, that's about it. What do you think down in the comment section below? Like, subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye bye.